Sometimes you ask yourself, how can I get better at defending in FC24? The answer is simple, jockey. Let's go all the way back to the basics of jockey and some stuffs you don't know. Drop that like button and we start. What is jockey exactly? But before we rush on that, we have 3 defending styles in FC24, and the first is the legacy defending. The simple and less effective defending style on the game. Legacy defending consists of that automatic press style, what we call contain. The automatic contain, you press and hold X or A on your controller. Here you can even press it with the sprint button. This defender with the cursor, this small triangle on top of your defender, shows the defender you're controlling, and when you press and hold X, the contain button, this defender will start running towards this player with the ball. The defender is locked on this player with the ball, and even if you try to push the left analog to any direction, it will have any effect on your defender. This legacy contain is aggressive. The defender overcommits and runs toward this player with the ball and even dispossess him. This defending style is bad because highly skilled opponents can easily beat this defender with simple skill moves and tricks, and it's only used when playing offline modes. So I don't recommend you to use this defending style. You can use it only if you play offline modes and it's just for fun on your side. But if you want to defend well on the game, either offline and online, then you can consider this second defending style. The tactical defending. The only similarity with legacy defending is the contain. Tactical defending contain, it's almost the same as that of legacy defending, where you press and hold X. Here your player runs to press that ball holder. But the only difference is that aggressiveness. Tactical defending, the defender leaves that 2 to 3 yards away from that player with the ball. Even if you push the left analog towards that player with the ball, as long as you're still holding the contain button, this defender will not commit towards this ball holder. So it's somehow better than legacy contain, because here it's difficult to beat your defender with easy skills or tricks. But still, I don't recommend you to use the contain button while defending. Contain, your defender locks towards that ball holder, and here it's easier to pull out your defenders out of positions, because defenders only follows the ball holder and they don't cover passing lanes or open spaces. So don't use contain while defending. The last defending style is the advanced defending. This was introduced this season. Advanced defending has no contain, there's no automatic defending, and that's why it's called advanced defending. Not only that, but the way you win the ball from the opponent, it's somehow complicated, and so far by now, I only recommend you to use the tactical defending style. Still, we haven't answered our question, what is jockey? Here this defender is in a normal standing posture, standing straight with a flat feet. Now see what happens if this defender is in a jockey motion. He bends his knees, keeping low center of gravity, standing on his toes and ready for action. See what happens if you defend without jockey. This defender will move fast, and if you want to increase his speed, you can press the sprint button. Moves fast, meaning he can cover a lot of ground in less time. Not only that, but if you move away from the ball holder, this defender faces away from the ball. The advantage of this, it helps a lot when chasing the opponent running player, where you can even sprint at full speed and match the opponent's moving speed. So the main purpose of this is to cover or close up space, and sometimes when defending aggressive. The disadvantages, here this defender can't react to opponent's change of direction, and it's easier for the opponent to beat this defender. Now see what happens when you jockey with this defender. First of all, this defender locks on the ball. He always faces the direction of the ball. And even if you move away, this defender will always keep his body position facing the ball. And here it's easier to react to the opponent's actions when defending. We have 2 jockey styles, and the first is the slow jockey, where you press and hold L2 or LT on your controller and move your left analog to any direction necessary. This defender moves but takes little small steps just to cover less ground. Slow jockey, we use it in 2 main ways. First is to hold ground, most especially when defending one-on-one against the opponent's player. If your defender is in front, here you can move slow using the slow jockey and maintain the defender's ground. Another way is to stabilize your defender. If you find yourself sprinting at full speed with your defender, and you want to slow down but in a reactive way without losing control and momentum of your defender, here you just press the L2 to stabilize this defender. Your defender slows down, but still can react to opponent's actions. Though slow jockey is good, but only if you're close to the opponent's player. But if you're too far away, it's very difficult to cover space and mirror the opponent's movements, for example, like when he's dribbling. And that's you have to sometimes consider this second jockey style. The speed jockey. Here you press both the L2 plus R2 or LT plus RT. Your defender moves a little bit faster than the slow jockey, but the speed is not equivalent to sprinting. We can also use this jockey type in two effective ways. 1. Approaching the opponent's player. The reason, fast jockey, you have that control over your defender, because he moves very fast but with control. Here he can react to any change of direction or action the opponent attempts. Reaction means that even if you move in a wrong direction holding the speed jockey, you can still change and move to the right direction without wasting time and losing position. Another important thing is that when you speed jockey and approach the opponent's player, your defender can automatically win the ball without you pressing the tackling button. Another way is to cut passing lanes. The speed jockey helps a lot here because this ball receiver is moving and changing directions. Then to react and cut that pass effectively, you have to use speed jockey. But sometimes you can use sprint to cut that pass. It depends on the distance from your defender to that passing lane. And to reach in time, sometimes you have to sprint. We have two types of jockey, and let's begin with the assisted jockey type. This type, the game or AI, controls the speed of your defender and sometimes direction, but I haven't figured out how the direction is assisted. So when you jockey, for example, here I'm jockeying in circles and around this player with the ball, the game slows down my defender. If I'm moving away from this player, let's say I'm jockeying in a clockwise motion, the game will slow down my defender at this point, just to make sure I don't lose this one-on-one defense positioning. Then if I'm moving anti-clockwise, the game will slow down my defender at this point, and that's what they mean when saying the speed is assisted. The manual jockey, here everything you do it by yourself, you control speed and direction, meaning here it's very easy to drag away your defender. Here you're on your own, but still you can control the speed if you use the slow jockey style sometimes and stabilize your defender or hold ground. So what type of jockey is recommended? Assisted jockey is only used on offline modes. Online you will use manual by default. So I personally recommend you to use that manual jockey because defending is an art. I'm not against other controller configurations, but if you wish to improve your game, then you have to use the classic controller settings. All the tutorial we make, the inputs are based on classic settings. We're sprinting, you press R2. R1 is the finesse and also second man contain. Circle is the shot button and also tackle. Square is cross, which we call the lobbed pass, and also the slide tackle. And I think those are the basics you need to know about classic. I know at first it's very difficult to use, but stick with it. Play some games with the AI, something like 3 to 4 games for like 3 days. It will become your second nature. So that's it guys for today. Hope you learned something from today's video. The next video is about defending one-on-one. Take care.